for you. Any information that you may be looking for as far as my website to book a personal session with me, that I will leave that in the description. Also with all my other links to like my social medias and whatnot. And make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when it's to be. Also smash the like button if you would like to see future readings from me. And it also lets me know if the reading resonated with you. But let's get into it. Okay, first card we have is the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, we also have the Two of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so you could be dealing with a fire sign specifically, an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo individual, or it doesn't have to be that specific zodiac sign. But you could be dealing with somebody who is heavily in their ego, okay? Choosing to be on their high horse or be very, what's the word? Like caught up in resentment, caught up in anger. And with the Two of Cups, you could still feel connected to them, even though you're not talking to this individual. With the Five of Pentacles, you may have decided to separate yourself energetically from this person, or they may have taken a step back. Whoever did take a step back, overall, there could be some sort of separation you're in. And even though you're not physically around this person or talking to this person as of right now, there still could feel like there's some sort of energetic connection there that you can't seem to shake. I'm also seeing too, you could have certain higher ups at a job that you're working at who could be like low-key jealous of your work ethic or the way that you're coming into the company and actually like dominating, and you're not really taking or playing any games, excuse me. And they could be like choosing to either be very what's the word, like the type to micromanage or heavy on you, like applying a lot of pressure on you because of that. And if you've been wondering exactly why they've been maybe seemingly picking on you or just like choosing to be on your behind, essentially, that could be why. What's the Five of Pentacles here? Some of you guys are in a space to where you're ready to leave it all behind, in the sense to where you relocate, you move to a different part of the world. You could be in a space to where you're ready to leave behind also just connections in general, where it doesn't feel like people genuinely have your back the way that you have their back. And you could start to realize that there's a lot of people that you go out of your way for where they would never do the same for you. So you're definitely going to be shutting the door on any scenario where you've been doing this, especially like for family members or people who've been constantly like asking you for a handout, support, and then when you need it, it's like, where's the support? I also have the High Priestess in reverse, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. So there could be confirmation during this week that you should have listened to your intuition about something. The High Priestess is always connected to our intuition, our inner knowing, our deep understanding of what's going on. The Two of Pentacles talks about having to weigh out the pros and cons, balance, having to also navigate two different things. And then the Seven of Wands talks about potential obstacles or challenges, or also protecting your energy as a whole. But I think that your intuition told you that you should have been mindful of someone who's very inconsistent. Like they choose to be hot and cold constantly, especially if this is a Pisces specifically. It doesn't have to be that zodiac sign. But your intuition told you about this person, and you could be realizing that, yeah, I should have listened to myself. I really should have. Also, when it came to some sort of investment or something that you want to take on as far as like a second stream of income, maybe you should have listened to yourself about going for this opportunity, or being a little bit mindful about overly investing in something too. Now, this isn't something to knock yourself across the head about. It's just now you know to listen to your inner knowing when it comes to it telling you about certain things, and not like bypassing that inner knowing, because it's there for a reason. There also could be some sort of information that gets divulged to you about stuff that's going on in the back end at work. There could be some sort of job cuts or something like that. Okay, try not to worry about whether or not your job is going to be cut. I don't necessarily see anybody getting fired, but there could be some information that gets divulged to you about like some potential job cuts or something like that. I also have the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and I also have the Sun card. So there could be some really good news about some of you guys moving or relocating or actually getting approved for a new home. This is something that's going to make you extremely happy, okay? This could be in a new environment. This could be like your dream home, or this could be the start to you like getting a lot more stable. Okay, especially if you've been living with family or people you don't necessarily want to live with, or even a spouse. You could be finally getting your own place, and this could be something that makes you really, really, really happy. So this is some good news. Okay, what else is going on with my Geminis for this week? We got the Page of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Three of Wands. Okay, so you could be having an ex or somebody who you used to deal with, or for some of you, this may have been somebody who you just flirted with and dealt with on a casual level. But this person is going to be resurfacing during this time frame, and you're going to have to make a clear decision on whether or not to allow them back into your space, considering, you know, either A, in the past, they may have wasted your time or made you believe that certain things were going somewhere, and then they just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. So you're having to decide whether or not they're worth it, or B, you could be deciding based off of maybe certain lies coming out, certain bits of information they didn't tell you. Now with them resurfacing, excuse me, it's the question of, can you move past the fact that they weren't all the way honest or truthful about certain things? Also, when it comes to your creative endeavors, I'm seeing so many messages, guys, so sorry if I'm like jumping all over the place. But when it comes to your creative endeavors, if you've been maybe just feeling burnt out or not motivated, there could be a new surge of motivation that's coming in during this time frame, and you're getting back to it. It's important that you don't get caught up in like the short-term results, though, in terms of how things are playing out, to where you let that either deter you from continuing to go or like throw you off, okay? Especially if you're making like new adjustments, adding new products, adding new skills to what you have going on. Doesn't mean that you're, you know, just because you don't see like instantaneous results doesn't mean that you're not on the right track. It's just what could potentially throw you off is letting the short-term results throw you off completely and frustrate you when there's a bigger picture to look at here. Okay, let's pull from here. What's going on with my Geminis in general over the next week or so? So we have traffic cone, which represents caution. We have a rainbow, which represents hope. And we also have lightning, which represents disruption. So there could be this internal warning about, again, dealing with certain individuals, going towards certain things. It's important that you are listening to your intuition. Especially with the disruption card here. It's like when you're doing your thing, you're in better energy. You could have certain people who are just energy vampires, and they're gonna always want to disrupt you in the midst of you, you know, finding your light or getting in tune, because they want a piece of that. Also, your lack of belief in self can disrupt you or throw you off if you're not being mindful. So you want to be careful what beliefs that you're feeding into. Yeah, I have resilience, I have journey and action. So this next week or so, it's about taking action. It's about consistently pushing forward, irregardless of what's coming at you, what's trying to throw you off, whatever minute issues or bigger issues that could be trying to throw you off track. It's important that you stay showing up, because in the end, that's how winners win. They don't let obstacles or challenges tell them that they're on the wrong path. What is the... Oh no, this is the deck I was supposed to pull from. Let's put you in energy around my Geminis for the week ahead. We have trust in higher forces. Be the light witch. Guardian angel, you are not alone. Star ancestor, follow the voice of the soul. Yeah, so the messages that are here too, lean on your spiritual team when you don't have your own understanding. Also, again, I feel like there's so many confirmation cards about listening to your intuition. It will never steer you wrong. But also with Be the Light showing up here, some of you are actually meant to be a spiritual teacher or a spiritual healer in some capacity, whether that's healing people through herbs or you being a light worker as a whole. It's important that you don't neglect what spiritual gifts that you may have or the spiritual path that you're called to just out of fear of other people judging you or feeling like you're on a path that really no one else understands. That's okay. You may be called out to be... Sorry, I have like a brain fart. You may be specifically being called out in your family to break generational curses, to essentially like tap into certain spiritual gifts. And just because other people around you don't understand or could be quick to want to judge you because of the fact that they don't understand doesn't mean that you need to like humble yourself or choose not to explore your gifts just because of other people and their judgments. So you want to be very mindful of other people trying to down you just out of ignorance and their fear of the unknown. That doesn't mean that you have to also have a fear of the unknown because of other people, okay? Now, the spiritual messages, we have Ride the Wave. So when this card comes up, this talks about literally riding the wave of success, going with the flow, and knowing that things go a lot smoother when you're not fighting against the current of life and the current of what spirit is like manifesting for you. So the spiritual message here is to go with the flow, don't fight certain opportunities, or don't fight against the way things are meant to be, especially with details in dry desert. This talks about us searching for things outside of ourselves sometimes that we could feel like nothing's around us, or we don't have the answers, or we just feel like we're lacking something, but we're not lacking anything. You just may need to dig a little bit deeper and get more of an understanding and kind of go with the flow, to be honest. So the spiritual message is pay close attention to what's going on around you and what it's trying to teach you. And this may be a time for you to dive deeper and ask yourself the important questions about like what you truly want for yourself, or where do you see yourself in the long term? Yep. So the spiritual message, I'm also getting with this, it's important that you're clearing out your energy too and not resisting the things that are meant for you, in the sense of, how do I put this into words? Because it's something I'm seeing here, but I don't know how to put it into words. Some of you have been like in this energy of neglecting to cut certain individuals off or cut certain habits off. And in you resisting to do this, it could be keeping you from seeing the growth that you want to see. So with clearing house or cleaning house, clarifying Ride the Wave, it might be time for you to do some spring cleaning. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful and to give you insight as to what's going on. If you did enjoy, definitely thumbs up the video and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.